Hello?
Have is support for CEC. So that is the ability to have our display automatically power up and shut off when we wake and sleep our steamroller. That's weird. I keep plugging it in and it works for a second. There we go. Then it stops. I talked about this in a sort of longer video on the Steam Machine where I daily drove it for 2 weeks and spoke about the experience, but that's the beauty of a device that has one company managing everything from the hardware to the software. So the experience tends to be really consistent. You don't run into like this kind of nonsense. Okay, does my mouse and keyboard work? Yes, it does. So I guess we'll do that. There's a ticking noise. Did that fan that I said was not contacting the cable end up touching it? It occurs to me I never gave Tim a grade for his build. I got a dock a full letter grade for the missing screws and stuff, so it makes it a B at best. And if this fan's not spinning, that's, again, at best a B minus. Oh! It's not actually sticking in the GPU fan, the one that I was concerned about. See, he's got a very narrow margin
room I have on my desk
where this cable can sit and not interfere with either of these fans. Okay, I can rest it on the hub.
No mouse, look at that. This is nice.
Alright, they're working, but if this slips one way or the other, it ends up sticking in one of those fans. That's
got my headphones into the
that's a rookie mistake, Tim. But hey, my SteamOS install is updating fine, just fine. Oh, why am I on Wi-Fi anyway? I should be plugged in. Okay, we're getting a Steam controller firmware update. Maybe that was an issue with the Steam controller. I guess we'll see. Hey, my controller's working. I think this is just Steam controller weirdness. It needs a firmware update for the puck now, so the pairing is not working, but hopefully it'll sort itself out pretty quick here. I want a game. Are you serious right now? But only working wired. Fine, I guess we're running with a wire. Let's make sure we're running the latest
freezing in my
SteamOS.
bedroom.
One of the things that's really nice about the Steam Machine is that it shuts down and boots up really quickly. And I'm kind of curious to see if that's because of the tight integration with the hardware, or if that's just an inherent characteristic of SteamOS. I notice as we're rebooting, this does get considerably louder, but once we're booted into the OS, it's actually reasonably quiet. Not
try to see if this little thing downplays.
Super quiet. It's got a little bit of kind of annoying coil whine, but nothing too terrible. Probably most people wouldn't even notice.
I do like that thumb rest.
A bit of a silence dork.
Right?
I also noticed that aside from tuning it for quiet,
I like the other
many
mouse
PCs
better
turned
until I
off
got
the
this thumb
lights
rest on this
in this
Logitech.
PC. Like, it looks like
That
there
thumb
should
rest
be
is
illumination
nice.
behind that AIO, but instead they've gone for a completely stealth.
If it wasn't for the thumb rest, honestly,
I like it. Feels appropriate. It's a little slower to boot up.
I don't know if I would have needed it,
But not bad.
This
Not bad
thumb
at all.
rest is nice.
All right, let's find a couple of games to install here. There we go. Now
Let's
we're
worry
going.
about
I just
this
want to see if
clicker
it cracks
and the speed
gigabit.
of
I
it.
guess I could also just check in the menu.
I think for
Oh,
the
it
fact
doesn't
that I ain't
say.
got no keyboard on here and another mouse.
Okay, that's something SteamOS can do better.
I think
You know what? I can check in desktop mode though.
worth it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but SteamOS
Now,
is
if you're playing
not
games,
just
maybe.
for gaming. You can
If
also
you're not
run it
playing
in a
games, I
desktop
think it
mode that
matters. Yeah.
actually has shockingly good desktop
I'd rather be a little
functionality. I
bit
was
slower and have
blown
all the
away
space.
by my couple of weeks daily driving only the Steam Machine. Not only didn't miss Windows,
I just think at this analog
but
thing working.
straight up
I think it
did
is
not
working.
want to return to Windows.
I'm
Feels
almost
like
set on that, too.
better Windows, basically. Why is it at 100 megabit? How dare you? Why is it letting me select anything I want? It's not a 100 gigabit connect. Okay, this could be better. Just tell me what it is. One of the things I really like
It's
about
not, 'cause you working for it.
is that it's really like Windows friendly. If you just type in Task Manager, it's like, oh yeah, I know what you mean. You want System Monitor. Brilliant. 2.5 gig networking. We finally know. Okay, so our game should download pretty fast. How much of this stuff does anything? Well, we can have our performance overlay. Obviously, unlike something like the Steam Deck, we're not able to make any customizations to the hardware itself. No power profiles or anything like that. What about games though? Right out of the gate, Expedition 33 is a pretty demanding game, and you're not going to be able to max it out on, entry to mid-tier hardware. But this is definitely noticeably better than the Steam Machine. Just having that extra power budget, never mind the fact that the hardware itself is more performant,
What is the
Gives
guy
you a
doing?
fair bit more headroom to work with here. FSR quality, and it's set to kind of like medium high. Yeah, so you get better pop in, you get better overall image quality, and it's running smoother. Of course, costs more. It doesn't have some of the nice to haves of the Steam Machine, and it is quite a bit larger and noticeably louder. Not loud though, either. Like I got my mic right here. As soon as I'm a reasonable distance from it, and especially if I was using something like this in my living room, I wouldn't describe it as obnoxious or disruptive. It is so cool how seamlessly it just does stuff in the background. Like, I have no idea if Rain World is a native Linux game, and I don't have to care. SteamOS is marvelous.
Is that even a real game?
Big fan. Yep, you can use an Xbox controller with SteamOS.
I just use the keyboard.
Oh, you use the keyboard? Wait, no, you have a controller at your desk.
I use the keyboard.
How did you do a leap again? I forget.
Down and then charge up the movement.
Oh!
And you only leap in whichever direction you were already facing.
Right. In particular, I'm noticing that the noise floor for this system is quite a bit higher. Should we find a game you can also play?
You can play 2-player in Rain World, I think.
Yeah, but neither of us really knows how to play this game, so...
I do.
You do? How much have you played it?
Quite a bit. I've played a whole game time with it.
We trade game time for piano practice. Okay, settings, Bluetooth, Xbox wireless controller. Theoretically, SteamOS should just work flawlessly with it. There it is. All right.
Okay, see ya, cable.
Okay, so I'm about to get my butt kicked.
Okay, there's a little bit of delay on mine. Wait, which one am I?
It's randomly jumping?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm controlling both of them. Look at this. Ah! No! I lost. Okay, let's see if we can fix the controls here. That's not something that I expected to happen. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna exit the game and then I'm gonna relaunch it with both controllers attached, and now it should be a little bit smarter.
Should I plug this in, just in case?
Should be fine.
Hey, cool, I can see my hands. Oh.
Is my backpack there? Thanks, darling.
Why is there a toothbrush in there?
To get gunk out of my braces, get used to it, you're gonna have to carry around a toothbrush when you get yours. It's clear that this is a perfectly reasonable gaming PC, actually. The pricing is pretty reasonable as well, all things considered, given the RAM-pocalypse and all of that. And a nice thing about it is that it's upgradable. They've got other configurations of this that are quite a bit more powerful. That's probably a SteamOS thing with this controller glitch that we're having. Okay, we'll play...
At this point, it's just gaming night.
Here, we'll just go to the farm.
The farm's the easiest.
Oh, you're not holding X. You gotta hold X so that you jump higher and farther and stuff.
I don't like holding X.
Well, if you want to get good, that's what you're going to have to do. And if you want it to power on and off with the rest of your system, you're going to have to get creative. That's where a solution like this comes in, because my old Logitech Harmony remote doesn't work, it doesn't happen automatically, and some TVs, for instance, some TVs do not have power on and power off commands. They only have power toggle, so they can end up out of sync, and I'm hoping this will be kind of the, the solution for me. I also want to try this CEC adapter, the Pulse 8, to see if I can get CEC commands injected into my PC at home, because I have exactly this problem that I'm trying to solve. If you want to see any more about these solutions, make sure you're subscribed to Short Circuit and LTT. I'm not sure which channel they'll end up on just yet, but anyway, cool system. Definitely is kind of like a Steam machine, but not quite a Steam machine. It runs SteamOS. But don't forget that you can always install SteamOS on your own too. You don't have to buy a pre-built.
Yeah,
it's available, you just download it from Valve. Seriously, you put a black hole there? What the Sam heck? What? You're winning? When did that happen?
Just now.
I'm gonna catch up. I got a
I'm
coin.
I'm still winning.
Barely. I'm coming back. What the?
Aw, dang it.
Got her.
I was winning originally.
GG. Oh, I'm not done yet. No. Oh, I'm dead.
Button.
I'm alive. Oh, and I got the coin too. I think I win. GG.
GG.
Did you know you can pet me? Check out the pet cafe.
I need these for. What is Q for? I don't know what else is Q. It could be wall. Tab. Stairs. Oh, change building material. Is that everything? Whoa. Wall, floor, stairs. What is it? Capstock for roof? Wait, isn't there something else? What about cone? Where the hell's cone at? Wall, floor, stairs, roof. Where is freaking cone at? Roof, stairs, floor, wall. Where is cone? Let me go try something on here. Let's go down here. Well, let me put my freaking cone on here for some reason. That's not good. Why is it? What is this one? Oh, that's cone. Wall, floor, ramp, cone. I thought there was something else. There's only 4 builds, cone, ramp. Oh, I guess there is. How do I rotate? I got the butt. What's the bot doing? That's not as quick as I wanted it to be, bro. Why would I get off that? Does it not go back to that when I click on it? That's weird. seems like really, really loud for some reason. Seems loud, bruh. I think I'm getting it down. For some reason, I'm on my gun. Like, it doesn't let me switch back to E. I don't know what that is. This is a little bit easier. Whoops. Let me do it. What the hell is that? Sometimes when it's not like warmed up or something, it takes like a long time to get over it. Mouse. Over here working fine. Over here, let it go slow. I think I put it on here though. I still want to do it on this. Oh, if we're gonna.
Lock in with a buy one, get one, create your own pizza from Papa John's. Order in so you can lock in. Buy one, get one pizza for a limited time on Uber Eats.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
Nina can't code.
Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
Nice.
So you're saying we can all build apps now?
Take a guess and show me your ass. How many people are going to think that I'm cucking for corporations right now, but I'm actually not? I think we should fight, but I think we need to take the fight to a different place now. I promise you, watch the whole video.
I just wanted some sauce on those zingers.
All right, everybody, welcome to the show. Breaking news. We got breaking news. I finally uploaded the M5 MacBook Air unboxing on my ASMR channel. And even if you don't like ASMR, I'm going to make the ASMR channel parody. It's going to be ASMR-ish, but it's going to be me being an idiot, which you may or may not like. But anyway, link to that new video below. Also check me out on Twitch. Also check me out on Kick. I'm going to start getting the ball rolling and having it live this week. So if you like Kick better than Twitch, that's down there. And also make sure you just sub to this channel. Leave a like, leave a comment. It helps out in the algorithm. All right, I'm done shameless plugging. ASMR channel now. right now. All right, so we know what happened with Sony. They announced it July 1st. As of January 1st, 2028, they're no longer going to be producing physical media for their consoles. So this caused a huge uproar in the gaming community. There's a lot of people that are unhappy with it. Even though I'm a virtually all digital guy, I'm unhappy with it. I've explained my reasons. It stifles competition. It means that Sony could just set whatever prices they want for their games. It hurts with preservation because Sony does not give a crap. None of the companies really do. Microsoft somewhat give a crap about preserving old games. And on top of it too, we just saw with Sony with Studio Canal, they had their contract with them lapsed, and anyone who purchased movies that were under the Studio Canal umbrella, they no longer had access to those movies. Even though it said you purchased them, they took them from your library and you could not access them anymore, and they did not give refunds. So there's a lot of concerns. There's a ton of concerns going into this all digital future. But here is the thing. Trying to fight to get physical media back, I don't think it's going to happen. At best, we may get like Moore's Law was saying, where they may have like limited runs of really popular like Sony exclusive games, where a new God of War will get a limited run physical edition where it's actually gold on the disc, meaning that the game is fully playable on there. And they're going to, hey, we're doing this fan service for you, and we're going to include this statue of Kratos' ass cheeks, which cost us 25 cents to make. But because of that statue and because it's a physical copy, and now having a physical copy is a luxury, we're going to charge you $100 because we're being pro-consumer. We still have some kind of physical, right? That's what I see. But in terms of physical being saved, where you could still go to a Walmart and pick up a PS6 game, I really don't see it happening. I think that the writing has been on the wall for a long time. And here we are. I think I've talked about this article before. This comes from Game Rant, and this is physical game sales hit a record low in 2025. And this is Circana's Matt Piscatella actually talking about physical versus digital sales. So in 2025, US new physical game spending fell 11% compared to 2024. This is the lowest rate of decline since 2021, 8%. And far better than the negative 28% we recorded in 2024. But, however, spending on new physical video games also reached only $1.5 billion in 2025, an all-time tracked since 1995 low. So yeah, not as many people bailed, but because there's no one on the ship to bail anymore. So yeah, I mean, listen, man, physical media has been on its way out. And I'm guilty of it too. We all voted on this with our dollar. We spent more on digital distribution and getting games digitally than physically. And it's been that way for a very long time, not just starting here. This is an older article from Gameopedia from 2022, but this is what it had to say about physical versus digital game sales. By 2013, digital game sales had started to edge past physical game sales in the US, and by 2018, physical sales accounted for only 17% of all game sales in the country. So think about this. In 2013 in the States, that just started where digital distribution, games sold digitally, just started to eke past physical game sales. By 2018, only 5 years later, 17% of game sales were physical and 83% were digital. So see how fast it happened, man. We all voted with our wallets. And because the general consumer chose digital distribution and buying their games digitally over physical, that means people voted with their wallets. So now we're in the position, because we voted with our wallets, that physical media is pretty much going away completely. Now, if you're expecting the EU to come save us all, like they usually do, and save physical media, I got some bad news for you. This comes from Kotaku. It's a few days old, but it's very pertinent to what I'm talking about. This is what they have to say. Some fans were hopeful that the European Union, which has in the past been able to force companies like Apple to stop doing dumb crap globally, like USB-C on iPhones now, no more of the lightning crap or proprietary cables. They also got the Switch 2, Nintendo, they forced their hand to put an easily replaceable battery in the Switch 2 and in the Joy-Cons. And Sony right now is also being sued by Dutch and UK consumer groups because they have a stranglehold on their store and they have a monopoly on their prices there. And these consumer groups are saying that this stifles competition, and it means that the consumer is going to get ripped off because there's no competition to Sony's pricing of games on their platform. So continuing here, people were hopeful that the EU could step in and force Sony's hand to continue making physical games. But according to Michael McGarth, the EU Commissioner for Democracy, Justice, the Rule of Law, and Consumer Protection, yeah, don't count on it. Because they can't. As reported earlier this week by the Irish Mirror, McGarth was talking to reporters in Strasbourg's European Parliament and was seemingly asked about Sony's plans to end disc production. His answer was that the EU really has no power to stop them. He said here, it does come down to commercial and contractual freedoms, and companies are free to offer games and services in the manner they see fit, provided that consumer rights are fully protected in line with the national and EU law. That's the key part here. The fight has to be taken to now we're in the era of all digital distribution. Now we need to fight for our rights there, where we have proper ownership of these games that we are purchasing digitally, that they can't just be taken away from us, that if servers go down, we are screwed. We need to fight for those rights, because that's the era that we're entering, and that's where we need to set our sights and focus on. The EU Commission also said this, and this is a big deal, that it can't create laws or regulations to ensure game publishers must keep servers up or offer ways to play games after their online services are terminated. Now, what's interesting, it's not signed into law yet. We'll see if it actually happens. Brazil has introduced some legislation where it would require game developers or publishers that if they have a game that has online components, that they have to offer the community and the consumer, if that game gets shut down, a way that maybe they could take over the servers, or they make it so the community can take over and upkeep the game, which I think is awesome and I think should happen. But will it? I would say probably not, but maybe Brazil will get that law passed and we'll see that come to fruition. So I know a lot of you probably saw the title of this video and thought I was going to be cucking for corporations. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm more than willing to fight with everyone else, and I agree we should, that there should be laws put into place that protect consumers when they buy these digital products, that there is return policies, that the games, if especially single player games, if the digital storefront or company that you bought that digital game from goes down, I want to know that I'm protected, and that single